Our guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year.
Stop everything you're doing because Caitlin Clark just set the tone for 2025 in the most epic way possible. The basketball superstar, queen of clutch, and face of the sport kicked off the year as the first guest on the New Heights podcast. Yes, Travis and Jason Kelce brought in the biggest star in sports today, and Caitlin did not hold back. From jaw-dropping career revelations to her mindset after this unforgettable season, this interview is packed with moments that will leave you speechless.
She's the most requested guest in the history of our show, and the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, Miss Caitlin Clark. Please welcome everyone. Yeah.
But wait, what's Caitlin's take on the pressure of being a sports icon? What's next for her skyrocketing career? And why is everyone buzzing about that one comment she made about the NBA? Sit tight because we're breaking it all down right here, right now. Are you ready? Let's go.
I appreciate it. I'm excited. I don't get excited about many things, but this is at the top of my list. So
we made it. The Kelce brothers wasted no time setting the stage, kicking off the show with their signature humor. Jason and Travis dove right into Caitlin's staggering list of achievements, from dominating the court as the most electrifying player in college basketball to becoming a household name. And let's face it, when two NFL superstars are cracking jokes about how your resume makes theirs look short, you know you're in a league of your own. It's the perfect icebreaker that sets the tone for an interview packed with substance and surprises. How many accolades did we leave off?
How many accolades do you have right now at this point, Caitlin?
I think you might have made some up. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure on that. I feel like you're kind of like Wayne Gretzky for basketball right now.
Gretzky.
The amount. If you go to the Wikipedia page and you look at like the list of like awards and achievements, it's like endless. It is. Yeah, we had to limit it to this list just to get the show started.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And guess what? Jason was not exaggerating. She achieved at least 40 records and honors during her senior season at Iowa and broke a staggering 62 records during her freshman WNBA season. This doesn't even include all her accolades from her first 3 years of college. The entire list is so long, Wikipedia decided to create a separate page for Caitlin's records and achievements.
Is there any accomplishment, I guess, of all these accolades that has meant the most to you?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Well, I'd give you the answer my mom would say is probably academic All-American. She was proud of me for being a good student in college. So
that's that answer.
Nobody
Love
talks
that
about
answer
that.
from mom.
That's what I'm talking about.
I did all right in school, so hung in there. But other than that, I mean, they're all cool, but you don't really care. It kind of just comes with it. It comes with having fun. And
Caitlin then shifts gears, bringing a heartfelt moment to the conversation. She shares how her mom is over the moon about her being named an academic All-American, a title that, to her family, means just as much as her dominance on the court. Caitlin explains that all these accolades are simply byproducts of putting in the work and genuinely enjoying the game. Breaking records was never her aim, but then comes the gold. Caitlin opens up about what she thinks is her coolest achievement.
The Time Athlete of the Year was cool too, just because you see the list of like all the athletes that they've had prior to me, and a lot of those people I idolized growing up, and LeBron's been the only other basketball player, so and it's cool as a woman. Like, they haven't had many females on the cover too, so for women's sports it's kind of special, but you know, just kind of comes with playing the game and having fun, as you guys know.
Ever humble, Caitlin gracefully brushes aside the spotlight on her Time Athlete of the Year honor. For her, it's not just a personal accolade. It's a win for women's sports as a whole. She emphasizes how this recognition shines a light on the progress being made across the board, from packed arenas to skyrocketing viewership. Caitlin's perspective is clear. It's bigger than her. That humility is exactly why she continues to be such a beloved figure, both on and off the court.
That's right.
How long have you been a part of the kingdom?
I'm sorry, Jason. Not to crush
apologize
you.
to me. I'm honorary member.
I'm a Midwest kid, so there's this picture that's been circulating a couple years ago when I was on Peyton Eli's Monday Night Show. where I'm in a full Chiefs outfit. I had family in Kansas City, and I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, which is only 3 hours from Kansas City. So that's just the closest NFL team. So my dad was a big Chiefs fan growing up.
The conversation takes a fun turn as Caitlin's fandom for the Kansas City Chiefs comes into play. She lights up talking about her admiration for the team and how she's been following their incredible run since she was a kid. And of course, with Travis Kelce right there, the banter practically writes itself.
People think I'm like a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, no, I was there before Patrick and Travis. Like we were,
I love it.
We were ride or die. So we've been big fans, and now obviously all the success you guys have had has made it a lot of fun for us.
From her fondest game memories to the Chiefs' relentless drive, it's clear Caitlin isn't just a basketball phenom. She's a diehard sports fan through and through.
Who was your childhood like?
My brother loved Tony Gonzalez. Like that was
Tony
his guy.
G.
Yeah.
What a guy.
So
He was the chief.
We would go to like one game a year growing up with my cousins down in Kansas City.
That's so
and we
fun.
still try to go. We went to the Christmas Day game last year. I think the year before you might have played on Christmas Eve, maybe. We went to that. We were sitting outside for that one. My toes were like about to fall off. My fingers about to fall off. I don't get how you guys play in that type of weather, but it's fun. And like obviously
we got heaters on the sideline.
Arrowhead's not too bad.
And then comes her big Chiefs fan request to Travis.
I got some time. So hopefully I can make it to a Chiefs game here soon. Maybe a playoff game or something. So
I'll tell you what, we punched our ticket, so we're definitely we're gonna at least have. I would assume we at least got one at Arrowhead, but you know, you're invited to them all. So
all right, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. No, it was always a big deal. My dad always had them on, whether we were in the basement, whether we were upstairs. A lot of times my family would be cooking. My mom is like the best chef of all time. So she would oftentimes make really good food while we were watching, but that's what I really looked forward to most on Sundays. You know, there wasn't obviously college sports, but, you know, we would be watching the Chiefs, and I would be upset if they lost, and I still am. Like every Sunday, that's what, you know, is usually the brightest part of my day is turning on the TV and watching the Chiefs.
Caitlin dives into her early basketball journey, recounting how the game has been a constant in her life since day one. She shares stories about playing against boys, her days in middle school, and the moments she began to stand out. Then she drops a jaw-dropping revelation. She received her first college recruiting letter in 7th grade. Yes, while most kids were worried about middle school drama, Caitlin was already on the radar of major programs. Let's hear her talk about that incredible moment and how it shaped.
We heard you got your first recruiting letter in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah. So at the time, like.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Were you playing with high schoolers at this point?
Yeah, it's honestly sad. Like where college like recruitment has kind of gone, it's just insane. But also,
I got you.
I feel very fortunate. Like my parents were just like, they told my older brother, like, go get the mail. Like, we don't want your sister to see that. They like wanted me to be in 7th grade and like enjoy middle school and like hang out with your friends. Like you shouldn't be worrying about where you're going to college.
I love that so much.
Caitlin then talks about how her parents ensured she got to enjoy her high school years and surrounded her with great influences that helped shape who she is today.
Yeah, so I didn't really take any visits until like after my freshman year of college, and then I didn't decide until my senior year. So I was never in a rush, and my parents did a really good job of like make sure, you know, I have a good circle around me. Like it wasn't always about college recruitment. I wasn't like posting my offers. Like also that wasn't really a thing when I was growing up. So
the trio then jokes around about how college recruitment has become a social media frenzy and reminisces about the good old days. She's 22 and already talking about how times have changed, clearly mature beyond her years.
It is now. I mean, it had to be close to when you were growing up. I mean,
yeah, it was close. Like people were starting to do it, like post like, oh, I got an offer from here. I got an offer from here.
And especially in basketball.
Now it's all you see on social media. It's like only people talk about. It's crazy. But obviously times have changed too. But
oh, times have changed.
Yeah, it's 7th grade was wild. And I was playing up like 2 years. So I was playing with high schoolers. But yeah, I didn't really like think anything of it. Like I was just going out there and hooping and having fun, and it's kind of just what came with it.
Caitlin reflects on her rookie season, a delicate balancing act between blending in with her team and standing out as a player destined for greatness. She explains how she navigated the challenges of stepping into a competitive environment while staying true to her style of play. It's a fascinating look at the mindset of an athlete who knows when to lead, when to listen, and how to elevate the entire team without overshadowing the collective effort.
And like you come in as a rookie and like you said, like you're trying to figure out a new environment, new teammates. Like you don't want to say too much. You don't want to say too little. And it's just so hard. But like in my scenario, and obviously you guys too, like you're already highly thought of. Like people are turning to you to like be something or be someone. So it's hard. Like you're trying to get your feet wet, but also not do too much. And I think that's kind of what I struggled in early on is like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how they're going to react.
Caitlin takes a moment to shine the spotlight on her veterans and teammates, giving them full credit for helping her transition smoothly into the game at the next level. She speaks with gratitude about how their guidance, encouragement, and shared experiences helped her find her footing. For Caitlin, it's clear that while her talent is undeniable, it's the support of those around her that has truly made the journey.
For not knowing, you nailed it. Well.
But also, like, I had a lot of really good vets around me, too. So I feel very grateful for that. And we had a fairly young team, too. So, like, people had been through it fairly recently, so they knew how I felt. But, like, I feel like that definitely is a huge challenge. And that goes for whatever professional sport. Like, you're trying to learn, but also people are looking at you like, you got to perform and, like, be what they drafted you to be.
Remember this scene with Aaliyah Boston during her first game against the Connecticut Sun?
And I love Aaliyah Boston pouring into this young rookie. It's supposed to be hard. This is an adjustment period. And Aaliyah making sure that her rookie knows we have your back.
Or how about when Erica Wheeler embraced Caitlin from day one?
For me, I just wanted to get ahead of it because I know this transition is tough. Just being undrafted and being a rookie, it's very unlikely that a vet, just take you in when you got the same position.
These are the kinds of veteran leadership that helped Caitlin grow during her first year as a pro. The trio then talked about Caitlin's welcome to the WNBA moment.
My eardrum popped and like ruptured. Ooh. And I knew it right away because I've done it before. And I was just like, it hurts so bad. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. But
I've done it. How did you do it before? Can I guess?
Guess. It was very Midwestern.
You did it in water. In water. Something
correct.
With water.
I got launched off a tube.
Why did you just get so excited? What are you, some brainiac?
That's how I did mine. I went off the diving board and tried to do as many flips as I could and smack my side of my head in the Heights High School swimming pool. Yeah.
Hearing the chemistry of these three is golden. It's also amazing to see how Caitlin allows the two to share stories about themselves, making sure the conversation goes both ways.
Jason was a male swim cadet, so he had to be
This wasn't during swim cadet. Don't put me on blast like that, Travis.
That's funny, but yeah, I got launched off a tube in the middle of a lake. I was like underwater. I'm like, am I okay?
That's some Midwest stuff right there.
But yeah, so that was my welcome to the...
The tone shifts as Caitlin reflects on the transformative nature of the past year. With sincerity, she shares how life-changing it's been. Not just in terms of basketball, but in the opportunities, growth, and lessons that have come her way.
I would say, like, I don't know, life-changing maybe?
That's a great one. I think
really
and like, all in a good way. Like, I mean, things just change really fast, like, as you guys know. Like, that's just how the world works, and especially with social media, people see a lot of your life, but that's what makes it fun and why I've had so many cool opportunities too. So it's crazy, like, looking back at a year ago today or around this time, like, I was just beginning my senior year of college. And obviously, people knew who we were and people attended our games, but it's obviously not on the magnitude that it is now.
Yeah.
Caitlin expresses deep gratitude for the experiences, the highs and lows, and the people who have been with her through it all. It's a grounded and heartfelt moment that reminds us why she's such an inspiring figure beyond the court.
So, like, life just changes fast, but that's what makes it fun and cool. And, quickly started a new chapter of my life too, like moving here to Indianapolis, and feel lucky I'm still in the Midwest. I know you guys like the Midwest. So
I've been in the Midwest my entire life. Jason's officially an East Coaster now.
Yeah, but Philly, of all the East Coast cities, kind of has like some Midwest feel to it.
It's the most west.
I don't think Philly
East.
wants to hear that. They'll probably hate that I said that, but whatever.
Yeah, they're not going to like that comment. They want to be far from the Midwest.
No doubt.
Exactly.
Caitlin doesn't shy away from being brutally honest. She shares her spicy take on why NBA ratings have taken a hit. She dives into what she believes is missing from the game, whether it's the lack of rivalries, the shift in play style, or even how the league markets its stars. It's a bold and refreshing perspective from someone who understands what draws fans in and keeps them hooked. Let's hear Caitlin's unfiltered thoughts on what the NBA could do to win back viewership.
What are your suspicions potentially as to why the NBA ratings would be down?
Honestly, like I feel like the average just like basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just like so good. Like that's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot, and I wasn't around when it was like much more physical, and maybe people want more like beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft, but I think that's also because the skill has just changed. And like,
she then gives her honest take on how the sport keeps changing and how that's good for the game.
That's what's great about basketball. Like it's always evolving. Like it's going to be different than when MJ played. It's going to be different in 10 years than it is now. So it's hard for me to like put my finger on like why it has gone down. And also it's competing against a lot of football right now. You have to take that into consideration. Like football is just, you know, that's America's favorite thing. I think people should like, I mean, I love 3-point shooting. I love seeing guys just like launch threes, but not everybody loves that. So I don't know.
Now is when the fun starts. The three then brainstorm and address NBA Commissioner Adam Silver with their ideas to make the NBA fun again.
What do you think about a 4-point line?
I love that. Let's do it.
That's actually
a great idea.
Genius. That is genius.
Silver, 4-point line.
How does the criminal justice major come up with the best marketing plan right here?
Sometimes you just got to open your eyes, Jason. Look at the sheet of paper in front of you.
Or we could get like just 2 spots.
Yeah.
What about you're saying that everybody's questioning how physical the game is. What do you think a hockey style fight once a game? Just everybody picks a fighter.
Who doesn't like a
boxing
good
gloves so nobody
2-minute
gets too
penalty
hurt.
box, and you can come back in. You don't get ejected.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Got some
Not holding back, they then start talking about all the crazy gimmicks of the NBA All-Star game.
And that's when I loved it. I think it should be East versus West. Like, that's true All-Stars. Like,
no doubt.
East versus West, battle it out.
That's what it was about.
Yeah. So I think that's what it should be, but obviously not the commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board for East versus West All-Stars. I think that's the whole point of it. That's why you're an All-Star. It's the best from the East versus the best from the West. Play each other. See which side's better.
Even the NBA in-season tournament was not spared from the roasting.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of any of these in-season tournaments that the NBA is doing.
Yeah. I was actually talking about this today.
How are you not? What is there to not be a fan of?
All the funky floors, and then there's tournaments, and they don't mean crap. Can we just play basketball? Can we just play basketball?
I'm getting like a migraine looking at the neon green floor.
They then shift gears and talk about Caitlin's funny golf escapades.
I did.
You hit a person on a tee box. I don't know how you do that.
Okay.
Who would hit a person on a tee box?
Yeah, I know I can relate. Jason, I don't know if you've played in enough pro-ams yet to hit anybody, but
the video that was going viral where I like completely topped it. So it's crazy. Like we're playing like these long par threes that are like 200 yards. I'm like, I'm not good enough to hit a par 3 like 200 yards. Like, so I whip out my hybrid. I'm like teeing up my hybrid club. Just top it, like straight at fan to the left.
Been there.
But I think they dodged it.
Down the third base line.
But I nailed somebody on a different par 3, like some woman, like right in the shoulder. Like
shoulder?
And I saw a TikTok like the next day, just like black welt on her arm.
Yeah. Well, that's just how you hit her good if she's got a black welt.
Jason then asked her a golden question about her legendary competitiveness. You won't believe what she said. As always, Caitlin delivers a thoughtful yet witty response.
Are you more competitive in golf or basketball?
That's hard. I think like golf makes me more mad because I'm not as good at it. Like I'm just like the average hack, and like you want to be good, like you're competitive, just like basketball or football. Like it's like, why am I not good at this? So, and it's an individual sport, and we're used to team sports. So I think that's what pisses me off too. It's like, it's all on me, and I know it's all my fault. So
I share your pain.
Caitlin wraps up the conversation by looking ahead to life beyond the game. She shares her thoughts on how she might combine her marketing major with her deep passion for basketball, whether it's working to grow the sport, mentoring young athletes, or creating new opportunities for women in sports. Caitlin's vision for the future is as dynamic as her game. It's clear she's already thinking about making an impact that extends far beyond her playing years.
What would Caitlin Clark be doing? You said you were a marketing major. Would you have gone more into that world, or you think you would have jumped into something else?
Oh man, that's tough. I think if my basketball career would have ended, I still would have loved sports just because it was like such a huge part of my childhood and like what I did.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe like try to work in like a front office of a sports organization or something like that. I think that would be cool. Not like the coaching side of it, but like the operations side and getting to do like free agency stuff. And I think that would be really cool.
As the interview winds down, it's impossible not to feel inspired by Caitlin Clark's journey, her humility, and her vision for the future. From reflecting on her achievements to sharing her candid takes on sports and life, Caitlin's authenticity shines through every word. Her story is still being written, but one thing is clear. Whether she's on the court, in the classroom, or planning for what's next, Caitlin Clark is leaving a legacy bigger than basketball. Make sure to check out the full hour-long interview on the New Heights podcast for even more insights from one of the most exciting athletes of our time. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen and we'll see you in the next one.